Flooding coverage for you here at 5. Take a look. We're taking you up 1 hour up I-71 from Louisville. This is Carrollton, Kentucky, which sits right on the Ohio River, but also has the Kentucky River joining the Ohio River right next to it. This is drone video from Donnie Yeoman Jr. of Louisville for WHAS 11 News Today.
Well, several areas in Carroll County, Kentucky are under mandatory evacuation because of rising floodwaters. Officials say there have been water rescues in the county so far, and that's exactly where we find Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Jessica Farley. So Alexandra, what are you seeing there behind you?
Doug Shea, this scene in Carrollton is almost hard to believe. I'm right at the edge here of the floodwaters and both of my feet are submerged in these waters. I'm going to point out a couple things in the distance here. You could see a park shelter submerged underwater. Of course, that playground. We see trash cans and street signs also underneath these floodwaters. But of course, one silver lining that I found today is there's a real community effort to help the families most vulnerable get to their safe spaces.
It's beautiful when it's not flooded. Now this ain't beautiful at all.
Right where the Kentucky River and the Ohio River meet, drone video shows the city of Carrollton submerged.
You're not expecting this at all. You can't prepare yourself for this. There's no way. Because I mean, you never know how high it's gonna rise, how fast. It could come in 10 miles an hour and maybe 5 minutes later it's 200. You just don't know.
Gregory Sharp is helping residents in mobile homes tow their campers out of risk zones, like here at Point Park.
Right behind her was a big camper, and they had everything set up and had them moved out in about 2 hours.
Now the only thing left is
flagpole. Right now, that's the only thing we can see.
Over the bridge in Prestonville.
That shelf was full of insulated rubber boots.
Paul Yoakum has completely emptied his tire shop.
Had a lot more parts on this wall, a lot more parts on these shelves.
All in preparation for a potentially catastrophic flood.
Phone rung and it was a friend and he says, you got to move. He said there's been a problem at Dick's Dam and they couldn't get gates closed and said it's going to get 6 foot deeper in 97.
10 floodgates were opened at Dick's Dam on Friday. Initially, Carrollton Mayor Rob Adams said Kentucky Emergency Services called it accidental. Turns out that was miscommunication. LG&E confirmed it was planned.
At the end of the day, I don't think the end result changed, whether it was accidental or planned. I think it did send us water downstream that we had not originally expected, which in turn prompted the emergency mandatory evacuations that they have spoke on.
But Yoakum said when the anxiety did set in, dozens of people came to load up trucks.
There was people here yesterday that I went to school with. There was customers here, and there was people I didn't even know was here. So it's just amazing.
A community working in lockstep, waiting for the crest. And just for reference, take a look at those street lights that are almost completely underwater. In all day that we've been here, we've seen these floodwaters continue to rise and creep up. Of course, officials say if you're in those mandatory evacuation zones, please take precautions and do so. Live in Carrollton, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 on your side, Doug Shea.